Okay. Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to create a basic or get started on a Gorilla Tag fan game. So first, what you're going to do is basically press new project, and you could either do 3D or VR. I'm going to do 3D because it's a lot easier, and name whatever you want your game to be. And after you do that, you can do these two. I would, you don't have to, but I recommend it. And then you can create wherever you want to go, and then so you could like create a folder and just name it like whatever you want. And just select it, and then create your project. Now I would use the latest editor version, which I'm doing 2022. You can do like 20, well, oh wait, hold up. And also choose Android and do open. Wait, hold up. Cancel. Anyways. And then your game will start opening in Unity. I'll just let that load.
Now click on File and click Save just to save it. Then what you want to do, you want to go here to Window, go to Package Manager. Then you want to click the plus here and do Add Package from Git URL. And then type in com.unity.xr.interaction.toolkit. And then just click.
Holy cow.
Explaining complex topics can be challenging. Highlight the text you want to simplify and let Grammarly rewrite it.
We have a shop.
Let's say I'm a biology student working on a research paper for school. As I work, I incorporate
Recording XR plugin management and setting that up. Pretty much that makes the game able to play on VR, because if it's not, then it'll, not run as a VR game. Now I'm installing something called URP, makes the game look good. I added a Pro Builder plane to, make the map. You'll see what I do with it in a second. You can, stretch stuff out and stuff. I added grass and I added something called a height map. Now height maps are very cool because pretty much what it does, it makes a 2D texture look 3D. So as you can see with the plane that I added, I stretched it out and now I'm moving it, up and down. I ended up not using those rock textures because those look pretty bad. So I found a better rock texture here, and I ended up using this rock texture for the walls. So now I'm just making, dents in the floor so it's not flat, and it actually has some texture. And I'm doing pretty much the same thing in the walls, just so they're not flat walls, and it looks kind of more like, a rocky walls kind of. So I'm doing the bottom layer, and then, moving to the middle layers, and then to the top layers here, so the walls look a lot better and not so flat. Now I'm trying to make a tree with Pro Builder, so I start making the stump, and I'm adding some branches. Now this looks pretty goofy, to be honest, but it is what it is. It's not like anyone's actually gonna be playing this game in the long run. So after I get the tree, and make it as I want it to be, I find a wood texture for it, or a bark texture, or whatever it's called, and I use that. And now I start, duplicating the trees, moving them around. All the trees are the same, but, they're differently, placed and differently rotated and stuff. Now I'm extending this, and this room is going to be a shop, right? So I'm importing all of the shop assets, right? I also just did URP, which, makes the game look a lot better. Pretty much it makes everything look, better. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm adding some 3D text to say shop, and in the shop you're going to be able to buy, holdables, like things you can hold in your hands, hats and stuff, or
Before the video, you want to click on this monitor thing, and once you clicked on the monitor thing, click on open Android settings, change the render mode from single over here, just click on Oculus, load everything that you need for Oculus, and then go down here to overhead mode, that's project settings, go to OpenXR, and then Android settings here, click on, go to package manager, in XR interaction toolkit, just click on settings out of that. Okay, now back to what we were doing before, go to package manager, in XR interaction toolkit, and then just click.
Okay, now that I'm in the project, it'll show you this Unity version control. None of this really matters until later into the game. But what you want to do is you're just gonna go over to Edit, Project Settings, and you want to come over to XR Plugin Management, and you want to install this. This is the thing to make it so that you'll be able to play in VR and, in VR. Now, I might restart my game, I don't know, but it'll just load, do stuff, install it. Okay, so when it's done, you're gonna come over here and click Open XR. I think that's the thing that might restart my game, but I'll do that because OpenXR and Oculus are the main things that you need in order to be able to make it a VR game and App Lab compatible. And if it asks to restart, just click yes. Because you haven't really done anything and there's nothing to save, really. And this part might take a bit. Okay, now it's restarting. Okay, when it is restarted, it'll pop up with, it'll pop up with a few errors. It might take you straight to the errors, or it'll be right here. But if you're right here, just click on this little error thing, and it just say fix all. It's really it's pretty easy. When you come over here, so in the project validation, say edit right here. You just say edit, and where it says interactive profiles, this is empty. Say plus, and do Oculus touch controller profile, and MetaQuest touch pro controller profile. It'll load, I guess. And it's optional, but I'm also going to do HTC Vive controller profile so people can play in Steam VR and Valve Index. But really you only need like those two. I'm just doing this, and then after you do that, go to OpenXR right here and go to this computer thing where it says single pass instance, go to multipass and go to this Android one and go to single pass multi-view to multipass. And over here also you want to do controller profile and MetaQuest controller touch profile. You only have to do the computer ones on the computer, not the Android ones. So after that, you can come over to plugin management and go to, and press Oculus. Mm. when it is done downloading Oculus, and also Oculus is not over here. So when you download Oculus, it's over here in the Android, and then you do Oculus. But once you have Oculus over here, you're gonna do the same thing you did with OpenXR. You're gonna change all these to multipass on the Android and the one on this. Now on the Android, it'll right under the multipass, it'll say low overhead mode GLES. You're gonna enable that. And also down here where it says target devices, I recommend doing Quest Pro and Quest 2, so you could do them both. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for the settings. So you're gonna close that. And also, if you're making a game, you want to be able to save once in a while, so then if it crashes or anything, you don't have to worry about it deleting everything. And we could just clear this error right there. Next thing you want to do is go to Window and go to Package Manager. Now it'll come right here. It'll pop up, and let me just make it a bit smaller. It'll say Package Manager, and you're gonna come over here and say Unity Registry. No, not Unity Registry. Say In Project and go to this Add Plus button, and you're gonna say Add Package from Get URL. Now there's a specific URL that you're gonna type in, and it has to be spelled exactly like this. You're gonna say com.unity.xr. Hold up, it's not typing. So the URL you actually want to type into this, the URL you want to type into this, it has to be spelled exactly. So you're going to say com.unity.xr.interaction.toolkit. And once you have it exactly like this, you're set, and you could just say and click add. That'll do some stuff, some thingamajiggies. And it is installing the package. It'll just do its loading thing because it's downloading. And when it is done with that, it'll stop loading. It won't pop up for you, maybe, but you just scroll down until you see XR Interaction Toolkit, and you just want to click on that and go to Samples and import the starter assets.
Click Add, and then this will download. And then it'll pop up something like this. Just click I made a backup, go ahead. I forgot to do something. Go back to Edit, go back to Project Settings, go to OpenXR, and then Android Settings here. Click on the plus, then just click on the Oculus Touch Controller profile, File and Save. Then you can just exit.
And when is that? And when? I don't know why it's loading. It's loading. It's just gonna do its thing.
Toolkit, and then just click Add, and then this will download. And then it'll pop up something like this. Go to You don't want to do this one. What you want to do, you want to click on toolkit, just click on samples. In order to starter assets, just click import. And now this should be here. Now just X out of that. Now if it didn't put you in the file already, just go back to assets, go to samples, go to XR interaction toolkit 2.
Okay, so once it is done doing all that, if it hasn't already put you in the assets, there'll be assets right here, and you're gonna say samples, XR interaction 2.5.2 starter assets, and you will see, I think it's prefabs. Nope.
0.0.2 or whatever it says, starter assets. And now what you want to do, you
And once you go to starter assets, you're gonna go to presets. So here, let me do that one more time. Okay, if it goes to assets, you go to samples, XR interaction 2.5.2, starter assets, and presets. And it'll have all these like electrical boxes from like Among Us. Yeah. Anyways, you're gonna go through every single one, pull out this, and say add to action-based continuous move provider default, and do that with all of them. Alright, and when you're done with all that, I'm just gonna check each one, saying remove. Alright, I missed this one. Add to action based. So if they all say like remove, then you're pretty much good. You're set. Alright, they're all done. And that's pretty much it.
You want to click on each of these 5 things. You don't want to do this one. What you want to do, you want to click on them and do add to action based continuous move provider default, or whatever the add thing is, then add to action based thing, and just do that for all of them. Okay, so I just did that for all of them. Now you want to go to edit, go to project settings, you want to go to preset manager, and here it'll say action based controller for the.
Okay, so when you're done with that, we have a couple more things you gotta do. So you gotta go back to project settings by saying edit and project settings, and then you're gonna come over to package manager. No, preset manager. You're gonna go to preset manager, and where it says action based controller, not action based controller manager, not any of this, but action based controller, where it says default right controller, you're gonna say right, not capitalize nothing. Then you're gonna say left for the left one.
One that says XRI default right controller, you want to click this and then just type in right, and for this one you want to type in left, and then you can just X out of that.
And then that's pretty much it. And you're gonna X out of that, and I'm gonna save, cause yeah.
And save the project if you want. Then you want to go to the link in the description for this.
Then we're gonna do so I'll have a link in this description of the Gorilla Locomotion, and this is the thing that's gonna have the whole Gorilla Tag fan game movement. So you're gonna click on my Gorilla Locomotion. I'll bring it over here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but anyways, I'm gonna click on Gorilla Locomotion Unity package, and you're gonna say over here download raw file. That's gonna come right here, and it's gonna show as like a Unity symbol. That's a good sign. Then you're gonna drag this into Unity and just put it into assets. It'll have this. You click all and import, and that's the movement for the Gorilla Tag thing. That's like the main movement. and I'll just say reload because I don't have anything in the scene. So that's what I would do. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
GitHub page. This is for them and custom 3D object and go.
Their platform.
So that's pretty much it for, you know, the settings and everything. And then, which I think is probably like the most confusing part. But after all that, you can finally build a map and actually start developing the game. So I am going to take away the main camera. You can delete this main camera. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just real quick, something I suggest is that you go to Window, Package Manager, and click on here and say Unity Registry, and go over to this thing and type in Pro Builder. Hold up, I think I did in the wrong one. No. So yeah, in this you're gonna start typing Pro Builder. It's gonna pop down here, right here where it says Pro Builder, like that. I just put in pre-R and it put up here. So I'm gonna install that, and while that's installing, I'm also gonna install post-processing. I had to wait till the Pro Builder. So Pro Builder is basically something that's really easy to use and learn, and it honestly is better than the normal thing that Unity gives you. And basically what it does, it's easier to make models and maps and stuff, and I'll give you a basic tutorial on how to use it. And you don't have to do this, but I'm gonna add post-processing for later on tutorials. Actually no, I'm not gonna add post-processing right now. So I'm just gonna let this download. In fact, I'm gonna put package manager down here so I could never have to open it a lot. But it might take a while to do that. There you go, it's loading.
Intercom's platform. The complete customer service platform.
I saved hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Liberty, 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 liberty.
Tool, then you can scale it to.
Alright, so Pro Builder just got downloaded, and yeah, that's pretty much all you have to do. So just ignore that for now. And since I'm doing a complete tutorial, I'm gonna actually show you how to make a map and insert lighting and stuff, and basically honestly just the basic steps when making a Gorilla Tag fan game. So once you download that, up here it's gonna add tools. It wasn't there before, and like all these, but just ignore that. And then so click on tools and go to Pro Builder and say Pro Builder window, and it'll open a window. I suggest putting this over here by your inspector. That's where I like to put it, but I mean there's no wrong place to put it. Also, do not delete the directional light. That's pretty much your light. So I'm just gonna start at like this little square right here. I don't know if you see that, but I'm just gonna start right here and just say new shape. I'm gonna come like right here like this, say new shape. And before I make a map, I'm gonna import my gorilla locomotion, the one that I literally just added, because it helps with seeing how big the map should be. So I'm gonna add. So basically, you're gonna go to Resources, Gorilla Prefab, and just drag in this gorilla rig, and it's gonna look like that. It's gonna have like the main camera and stuff. If you don't want like it blue like that, you just right click it and go to Prefab and say Unpack Completely. Doesn't really do anything. It's just so then you can also move stuff around. And then I'm just gonna move this up a bit and kind of towards the middle. And then I'm gonna look upwards a a bit. And then I'm just gonna say new shape. So you can make this literally any shape you want. This is just a faster way. Oh, wait, shoot, not sprite. I'm just gonna delete the sprite, my bad. So you're gonna say new shape, and this little window's gonna pop up. You're gonna say plain. This one without the dotted line. It's plain. You don't have to do any of that. It's just say plain, and just make it however big. I'm gonna start with that big. No, I'm gonna make it a bit bigger. Pretty much as big as I can go. Yeah, I think that's a good size. But of course, this is a game, so you want to have a bigger map so you could put more things in. But I'm just gonna start with that for now. It's actually kind of small compared to the Gorilla Rig, so I'm going to make it bigger. I think that's a good amount big. So yeah, anyways, that's good. And then the next thing you're gonna do is also these little things up here, these 4 little things. You're gonna go to this one with the block and the lines, and then you're gonna come over here and you're going to, actually no, you're just gonna go to this and you're just gonna click on this. So you're gonna go to this, the normal block, the object selection. You're just gonna click on the plane and come over to here and say subdivide object. And once you do that, if you click on, like, I'm gonna do out these dots as an example, it like doubles it. I suggest you do it twice. So I'm gonna say subdivide object, and now it's twice. So if I look at this, it has quite a few. This is so then you can make the shape of the map. So it really doesn't matter how you make the shape of the map. It's, I mean, yeah. And then you're just gonna come over here and make that, and then you're just gonna design the map however you want, really. Actually, I'm just gonna start with doing these 3. And if you want to select multiple things like this, so if you select one, you just click normally and you can only select one at a time. But if you want to select, like, let's say this corner right here, I'm gonna do this and then hit shift and click the rest of the ones that you want to do. And I'm gonna do that for each corner while hitting shift. Okay, once it does that, then I'm gonna go to the shrink mode and I'm just gonna shrink it a bit. It's gonna look a bit weird, like about that much. And I'm also just gonna click each corner and do that just for a general shape, and then you could do anything really. Pick your poison. Doesn't really matter what you do. You could do ridges in the wall, stuff like that. Or you can make it all even. It really doesn't matter. Alright, I'm just gonna leave one wall kind of normal, but not too normal. Alright, and that's my shape, I guess. I might fix it up a bit. Like, make this a bit less. Yeah, that's gonna be my shape of the day. And what you're gonna do is then you're gonna go to this block where it has, like, the lines, where it's called edge selection. And you're gonna select all the lines. Now, how I said how you select multiple things, you're gonna click the edge and then you hit shift and just click all the edges. Now if you mess up like this, they could just say Control Z and then keep going. Alright, now once you have selected everything, how you're going to extrude it upwards for walls, you're going to say Control E as extrude. It looks like I forgot one right here, so I'm just going to say Control Z, and then select that one while pressing shift. Now I'm going to say Control E and bring it up however much I want to bring it up. Now I'm going to bring it up just a tiny bit, because I'm going to do double layers is also an optional thing. You're going to press E again. It's going to go like that. Now I'm going to go like this and just go like that. So it has a second floor. You don't have to do a second floor. I just choose to do a second floor because, you know, why not? And then I'm going to hit extrude again and just go straight up for a bigger wall. Now I didn't do this first wall too big, because I want to still be able to climb up to that top, and I'll do some way, I don't really know. I'm just creating a basic map for now. And then if you don't want people climbing out of your map, then you could say Control E again, and it'll create this little wall barrier so you can't get out. You can extend it a bit with the this tool. I don't know what it's called. I'm just gonna do that and then lift it up a bit so it doesn't look too bad. But also everything looks really cornery, and then you just hit extrude again and then just go like this and go like that to add a flat part. I don't know, it just makes it look nicer, but I'm gonna make it a bit more better. And how I do that is when you hit extrude and stuff, if you want to make a second ground, I always hit extrude a couple times, like not just one time. So like this, and I'm just gonna do up a bit, like a tiny bit, and then E again, up a bit, and then like over like this, maybe just a tiny bit like that, and then E and do that again just to make it nice, and then I'll do the whole, and then tiny bit, lift that up a bit, and then E and straight up. And it just makes it just a tiny bit nicer, I guess. E like this, just a bit, just to keep the gorillas out. And nobody's really gonna see the top, so I'm just gonna do that, just for now. Now make sure everything's good, not just weird. It's kind of a tiny map, but also I made it a bit big, so this guy's tiny. And then yeah, we'll just do that. And I'm gonna go, what I do is I have a couple Discord servers that have like scripts and textures and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is just like find a texture I want for like grass or a wall texture. I think I already have one that I would like, but just for kicks and giggles, I'm getting another one. So yeah, I'm just gonna go find a couple things to use for the grass and walls. Okay, so I found a few textures. I'm just gonna go into my files and just say like downloads, because that's what I did. And I'm gonna just go and import these into assets. And if you want to be a little bit organized, you could say create. So you could say right click, create, and say like folder, and just name this like textures, just to put stuff in. And then you could put your desired textures in. Now this is how you do actual materials. You're gonna say create, and then say create a material, and then you're gonna go to inspector over here, and where it says albedo, you're just gonna drag in your texture. And I'm gonna create another material. And I'm gonna put in the wall one. And I would take off the smoothness because it looks disgusting. Unless you want your texture to be shiny. And you could also name these textures. You could just say like rename and just say like walls, and then grass. Just, you know. And these two you just save if it gets corrupted. And then you're just gonna basically, if you try to just drag in the walls, it's just gonna make everything one color. So how to make it multiple colors is using Pro Builder. And you're gonna come over here to the face selection on the top right here, and you're just basically gonna select the faces that you want the walls or the grass to be. So you come right here and you're just gonna like click a place and it'll look like that. To make it faster, I'm just gonna go like this. Makes it just a bit faster, and then you just click everything you want to be grass. Okay, I want all that to be grass, and then obviously all these to be grass. And I'm just gonna select all the faces. And once you've selected all the faces you desire to be grass, then what you're gonna do here, let me just finish this top part. And once you have selected all the grass texture or where you want the grass to be, you're gonna come over to the Pro Builder part, and where it says detach faces right here, you're gonna click that, and that'll basically detach it or make it different from the wall. And then you can drag in your grass texture and it'll look like this. Now it looks a bit messy. Also, I'm gonna create a empty object. So basically what empty object does is skip everything organized. It's an object but not like empty, it's like nothing. I'm just gonna name this forest. And it doesn't really matter where it is. And then I'm just gonna drag in the plane, because once you use Pro Builder, it pretty much separates the two planes. So separate planes, I can do this and say like I can move the different planes around like that, and then but with the object, I can move both of them around wherever I want. And then also the textures look a bit goofy. So how do you fix that? Is you click on the wall, and it'll come down here to the texture, and you just say, and you drop that down, and where it says like tilting and offset, you can just put, I would recommend just putting like 0.1 for now and see how it looks. So I think that looks alright ish. I guess I'll stick to 1. I'll just stick to 1 because I'll make it more detailed later. But the grass, it looks a bit small, so I'm gonna put this as like 0.1 and 0.1, and it will make it a bit bigger so you could see it more. I might change the wall, I don't know. And then if you go to down here in your assets and you go straight to the grass or walls, if you come over here, you can make it pixelated. So how to do that is you're gonna come to the material, not the the texture, not the material. You're gonna go to the texture. You're gonna make this from linear to no point filter, and you're also gonna come down here where it says this. You can make it 200. I'm gonna say 256, and then you're gonna say apply. Now what that does is kind of pixelate it, make it more or less realistic, because some people like that. I kind of like it the way it looks. And then I can do that with the wall too. Say linear, no point filter, and 256, and I'm gonna look at the wall just to see the difference or what it looks like. So this is like realistic, and I'm gonna say apply. and basically it makes it pixelated. But I'm gonna see what it looks like with the 0.1. I think it'll look better with the 0.1, so I'm gonna just make it 0.1 instead of just normal. And this is, you don't have to pick these textures because these textures actually weren't too good. So I'm gonna just, keep it like that. And yeah, that's pretty much the map part. That's all I want to do. And if you want to add like something like a wall to like, or like a door for like something you like, I don't know what you would want, but like a shop or something, then like I'll just like pick where I want the shop. I'll pick this one right here. I'll go to Pro Builder and say the subdivide faces, and then I could just pick these two, and then I'll do Shift E, and I'll basically do that, and then I'll just drag it through. It's like a tunnel. I could do this multiple times to make it a rotated tunnel or something. I don't know, however you would like it. But after you do that, after you do like a little tilted tunnel, actually I'm just gonna keep it like a straight tunnel. I might do like a bit crooked. Then you could just click it again, make it as wide as you need, and then like make this whole make a room by just extending the walls and the ceiling and stuff. So like you could do that and say Control E and just bring it down this way like that. I guess we could do that. I think that'll work like that. If you want like a bigger ceiling, then obviously you could do this, and then like Control E and lift it up. But really you do what you want or how you like it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the map and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Gorilla Tag fan game. See, and then also, I mean, you could add stuff or like where you want to spawn and all that, but I'll do tutorials on that other video. But if you guys want to see how the gorilla locomotion works, then I'll just press play real quick and show you or test it a little bit. And in the next video, I guess I will. In the next video, I don't know what I'll do. Anyways, okay, so basically how to test it is you just press play here and it'll load in. Now I'm just gonna select the gorilla rig, and you drop it down until you see gorilla player. Drop the gorilla player down, and then you like click on left hand and right hand controller, and you could do this. And that's pretty much how it works. Also, one thing I forgot that you have to do with the gorilla locomotion and how to set up the gorilla locomotion is with left hand and right hand controller, you want to add a sphere collider, and where it says radius, you're gonna make this 0.06, and also come up here where it says a layer, you're gonna add a layer that says right. You're gonna add a layer that says right hand, spelled exactly like that, and another layer that says left hand, spelled exactly like that. And you're gonna say save, and then you're gonna go over back to the left hand controller and right hand controller. You're gonna make left and right. And then where it says tag, you're gonna say add a tag. I'm gonna say hand tag, spelled exactly like that, and say save. And then right hand, select both right hand and left hand and make that hand tag. Also, if you don't want these spheres, you could like just turn off the mesh renderer, but that's when you usually have a model. And that will basically make it so then you can move around and your hands won't just go through the ground. So let's try it again. And when you're in, it'll look like this. You look beautiful, and then grab the left hand and like look like that, and then you're like hopping in the air. It's kind of laggy for me, but yeah, basically the hands once touch the ground, then it looks like that, and everything's great. Yippee. And then if you want to see what it looks like from the perspective you go over the game, and this is its perspective right here. And yeah, and I'm just gonna say save. So the next video I could do any tutorial. And if you want me to make another tutorial and honestly anything, make sure to like and subscribe and comment what you want to learn or what to make a tutorial on, and I will most likely do it because this channel is not very big. But yeah, this channel is gonna be like a tutorial channel and game. And also in the description I'll have a link to my FIVERR account where I can make you a Gorilla Tag fan game. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and goodbye.